Welcome back to the Celtics Nation Rise recap. I'm Griffin Aldridge. Alongside me is Daniel, and man, the Celtics season is over. I can't believe I just said that.
Yeah, devastating.
The Boston Celtics lost in 6 games to the New York Knicks, and I think we were very excited after that last game, but I think we knew. Jason Tatum going down was just a downhill roller coaster, and it sucks. But what are your initial thoughts, Daniel?
I think yeah, like you said, after last game, it gave us a little more boost of confidence and just gave us that feeling that we're back. We could still win this without Tatum, but I think today showed us that realistically, without Tatum, we couldn't go down the stretch and get that win against a healthy Knicks team.
Yeah, devastating. Final score: Boston Celtics 100. I just butchered that. Boston Celtics 81, New York Knicks 119. It was tough. It was tough. We're gonna go quick and then go check out the post game show over on Celtics Talk Weekly. We're gonna give you the stats right here. And Sunday we are doing a podcast to discuss the season and give us a goodbye. But plenty of content in the off season, so don't think the content's going anywhere because we're gonna have plenty of it. And in addition to that, too, we'll have recaps back for you next year. But Daniel, you want to get into the quarters for us? It was not competitive at all. I'm just gonna show you guys. You guys will see on postgame show too. That's just an ocean of blue. But you want to get into the stats?
Yeah. Celtics wise, we did not win a single quarter this game. Knicks in the first quarter scored 26 points while we scored 20. That should be one of the closest it will be for the whole game because in the second quarter, we just shut off. It looks like the Knicks scored a whopping 38 points, the most they did in any quarter this game, while we scored 17 points, our lowest quarter in this game, and probably in the whole series. Third quarter was a little closer. The Knicks scored 28 while we scored 20, and to close off the game, we had the closest quarter. It was we almost surpassed them in scoring. The Knicks ended up scoring 27 points, and we scored 24. Um, Most of that, or I think all of that, being our bench players. So by then, I think our starters just gave up, and Missoula was like, "Okay, just let the bench go in," and they did their thing. Kept it. They didn't. I would. I was about to say kept it a close game, but it was never close. But they didn't have. They didn't do bad, is what I was gonna say. The Celtics' biggest lead this game was one at in the first quarter. 8 minutes into the first quarter, our lead was one, and that's our biggest lead of the game. Meanwhile, the Knicks' biggest lead was 41 points, and they hit that with a minute left in the third quarter. So yeah, overall a pretty terrible loss. I feel like the guys just didn't show up. I mean, I guess they just gave up too within themselves. I mean, you see Pritchard and Derek White. I guess you're gonna get more into it, but yeah, that's all.
Yeah, the effort wasn't there. I mean, again, 81 to 119. Mikal Bridges in 30 minutes with 22 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and shot 60% from the field goal. Jalen Brunson in 35 minutes with 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and shot 57.1% from the field goal. OG with 23 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and shot 38.9%. Um, Hart with 10 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, and shot 37.5. Looks like Rocky Balboa out there with his eye over like his face. But then you also had Towns, who had 21 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and shot 40%. McBride with 10 points, Achua with 6. But for the Boston Celtics, You again hurts to see Tatum out. It's a big what if too. What could have the Boston Celtics done if Tatum was all right? But JD Davison in 6 minutes, 1 point. I do see him getting a lot of time next year with the Celtics. Same with Walsh, who in 6 minutes had 1 rebound. Tillman, I think this is safe to say this was our last time ever seeing Tillman on the Celtics floor. In 8 minutes, had 2 points, 3 rebounds, and shot 25% from the field goal. Nemias Queta in 4 minutes had 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal, and shot 50%. Baylor Shireman, another guy I think we'll see a lot of minutes from for the Celtics next year, in 14 minutes had 5 points, 2 rebounds, and shot 33.3%. Torrey Craig in 9 minutes, 3 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, and shot 50% from the field goal. Sam Hauser, another face we might not see next year for the Boston Celtics, in 15 minutes had 6 points, 3 rebounds, and shot 33.3% from the field goal. Luke Cornett in 21 minutes had 5 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and shot 66.7% from the field goal. Derek White in 30 minutes had 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal, and shot 27.3% from the field goal. Porzingis might have been his last game in Celtics green too. In 11 minutes, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 1 block, and shot 25% from the field goal. Another face. I'm saying I don't know what the Celtics are going to do, but there's a lot of rumors. Drew Holiday in 30 minutes had 4 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and shot 12.5% from the field goal. Al Horford, another guy who his contract's up in 27 minutes, had 10 points, 2 rebounds, and shot 57.1% from the field goal. Love you, Big Al. Just gotta say that. Peyton Pritchard in 28 minutes had 11 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and shot 50% from the field goal. And lastly, Jaylen Brown in 32 minutes had 20 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and shot 40% from the field goal. Four Celtics Nation Rise MVPs for the playoffs. You had Luke Cornett, who had one Celtics Nation Rise MVP. Peyton Pritchard also had one. Jaylen Brown had one. Derek White had one. And your leader went to Jason Tatum with two Celtics Nation Rise MVPs. Um, Boston Celtics again fell short to the New York Knicks, 81 to 119. Daniel, any final thoughts? We'll give a lot of thoughts on Sunday and Celtics Talk Weekly, but any final thoughts for the recap?
I think yeah, it's gonna be the same thing I just said before. I think we just didn't show up like at all. I feel like especially like the stars, like you after last game, you'd be expecting more from names like Derek White and Holiday, who just today just didn't show up at all. Like you said, it's going to be a very different Celtics team after this summer. We're looking at a lot of rumors and a lot of potential trades happening because of the financial issue with the Celtics. But yeah, was a very exciting series at the beginning. I think after Tatum went down was just I think what pushed us over in that game 5 was just the adrenaline. Feel like of like just first game without Tatum, we got to show out, and then today it was just like the realization that like we can't do this without Tatum, and I think that's what it was for most of the guys. I was expecting a little more though after the all the talk that was made from I think it was Pritchard and Brown that both had quotes leading up to this game, saying like we gotta fight and we gotta hustle and whatnot and all that. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
Overall though, season wise, I think it was a fantastic season for us. I think I would after last season I would have expected us to go back to back or at least back to the conference finals. But once again, Tatum's injury could not have been predicted by anyone. I'd say overall the season was good though, and I'm excited for what's next.
Yeah. I I'm gonna say this heartbreaking. I expected, after winning 18, we go back to back, win 19. I'm not as hurt as I thought I was gonna be because I think I it hit me. It hit me already, but I want to say I love you guys. Um, getting a little emotional because we made it through a full season, and I'm so happy like the route we're going, and the content's just gonna keep getting better and better. And even though the Celtics lost, we're gonna keep rolling with you guys, and just believe in Green, believe in Boston, believe in Brad. I mean, he's gonna do the necessary moves. Brad's a smart guy. He's not gonna let this team die. So we're gonna do it. Daniel, thank you again for joining. Daniel is a part of the crew now, so love to have him on. And we will see you guys Sunday for the podcast episode 40. And tune in all off season because there's a lot to talk about this off season. So thank you guys again so much for watching. We will see you guys next season for the recaps. Maybe we'll give you guys some recaps when we get to summer league, da da da. But we will see you guys soon with the recaps. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys soon. Subscribe. Peace, guys.